I was born in a family where it was believed to take any job, any service is slavery. So they had plenty of land, only they were busy 2-3 months during harvesting, selling jute, selling other agricultural products, collect the money and whole year enjoy life. Main occupation was whole night there used to be drama, jatra, and whole day they used to play chess, play other things. Children used to play football, cricket. Life was very easy and uncomplicated. So now problem came to with my father, because after he did MA, he joined due to Sir Ashutosh's inspiration. He joined Ananda Mohan College as a professor in mathematics, where he remained up to 55 and retired as a principal. So when he was in college, he tried to offer others in the family job. They were annoyed. We are not slaves to take up job like you, without any conflict, without any complication. Then partition came, and it was found it was very difficult for Hindus to stay in East Pakistan. So I just completed matriculation at that time. So my future was considered. So I shifted to Calcutta, where my elder brother was there with his wife in a one-room apartment. So in Calcutta, I somehow competed and became admitted in medical college. So I was hoping to become a doctor. But due to economic reasons, it was impossible to continue medical education. Reason was simple. I'll give you two examples. We hired an accommodation in riot hit area in Narkolda. The house was burnt during riot. Even the doors and windows were not there. The walls were dark black. So we shifted there. The first purchase there was a jute parda, because bathroom didn't have any door, which we hung with strings. That was the first purchase in the house. And second purchase was more interesting. I was a medical student. I was sitting on the floor and reading Gray's Anatomy. My brother felt very bad. How can you? And Gray's Anatomy is quite a thick book. It was on my lap. He said, somehow I'll give you the money, buy a table. So I went to some bazaar. In a kawari shop, I bought a table for 3 rupees. Now problem came. That was 6-7 kilometers away from the house. How to transport it? Even if I took a rickshaw, it will cost more than 3 rupees. So I waited till sunset, and it was dark so that no one can see me. Then put the table on my head and walked 6-7 kilometers, came home with the table. So I had now a furniture. I could sit on the ground but read on the table. And my brother was very happy that with minimum cost 3 rupees, the table was at home. And the second thing I will see, my elder brother used to give me 10 paisa for bus fare to return. I thought it is wastage of money. So what I did, I bought 2 oranges for 10 paisa, kept on sucking it, and 6-7 kilometers I used to walk to save 10 paisa bus fare. That was the economic condition at that time. So it's all right. I was the only student who used to go in dhoti to medical college. All others had trousers. So people used to sometimes joke. I said, ठीक है, तुम लोग अमीर आदमी पढ़ो जो मर्जी है, सूट पढ़ो, हम धोती से ही आएगा. There is no ban. I was always a fighting type. So I kept on going to medical college with dhoti. But after a year, I didn't pay admission. I paid, but I didn't pay any fee. They've got quarterly fees. So I was called by the principal that you will be expelled if by the end of the month you don't pay the fee. But we couldn't pay. So I started looking for job. That's the time advertisement came, ISW, first course in Dehradun, application wanted. So I went to the recruiting office, collected the form. I asked only one question. ये उधर जाने से क्या होगा? तुम आर्मी में ऑफिसर बन जाएगा. I mean, how much money they will get? He said 350 rupees. I thought, my God, for 10 paisa I am walking 7 kilometers. Now with 350 rupees I will feel like I am a king. So I applied. Now problem came interview. There were 2 interviews, one preliminary in Fort William, the second is final in Bangalore. So I can't go in dhoti. So somehow my brother, through a friend of his, took loan and gave me a trouser, a half pants, because they gave half pant chahiye run karne ke liye, white shirts, PT shoe and another leather shoe, all these bought. So first time I put on my trouser was going to Fort William for preliminary selection. Somehow I got selected. Not only selected, in Bangalore they paid us 2nd class fare. I went in 3rd class, but 2nd class fare with return. So it was quite a sum. So I said, what should I do with this money? Went to Puri, spent a week, then came back home. Then waiting for the result. On 31st December, a letter came, you have been selected, join on 8th January 49. I was so much pleased that I will become an officer with 350 rupees per month, which is too much for me. So joined ISW. Now ISW, the name itself, some of the academic English department, they objected. Because ISW means inter-service wing. Inter-service wing means there is a competition between Army, Navy and Air Force. But this institution was established to have more cooperation between Army, Navy and Air Force. So name ISW is not correct. So it was discussed with Delhi University at higher level. They said yes, it is correct. Inter is not correct. So the name was changed to Joint Services Wing, JSW. That was in Dehradun. Then later it was shifted to Pune in 52. There I attended the inauguration. Morarji Desai, Chief Minister, came and he objected. He said Maharashtra government has given this land free of cost to Defence Ministry to have integrated training center for all the 3 services. During 1953, there was inauguration of NDA. Morarji Desai was the chief guest. All the three chiefs were there. So, Morarji can talk very harsh. So he said, I feel all the three chiefs are guilty. Maharashtra government gave this land free for integrated training of the three services. Now you are saying 2 years will be here and the next will be for Army, Dehradun, for Navy, Cochin and Air Force. This is betrayal. So all this happened because NDA came in 1953 because SW and JSW started in Town on the outskirts of Dehradun, and which was prisoners' war camp during war. It was all huts. So they found it's not good enough. So they wrote to all state governments. Morarji was nice to offer free land. So construction started. Now that's how NDA came in. Now life in NDA was in a way very tough. In a way it is very tough. But I, a refugee from East Pakistan, half starving in Bengal and walking the whole day, I found good uniform was given, free food in the mess, free food means sumptuous dishes. In those days there was no ration. I found some of the cadets used to take 12 eggs. Then Manoj Singh, who retired as a Lieutenant General, he used to take 13, 14 toasts with a lot of butter. And I was a sportsman, so for me this life didn't seem so tough. Though life started at 5 o'clock in the morning, went on up to 10 o'clock at night. So, and I had another ego satisfaction. I became the captain of football and swimming teams both. So that gave me ego satisfaction. And where others are doing other things, I used to arrange football match with other schools in Dehradun. So life I found it very enjoyable. And doing parade and PT and academics, all three were enjoyable. As far as swimming is concerned, we were taken in a conducted tour to Hardwar. There someone remarked, Lahiri, you are swimming captain. If you can cross Harkipuri, you will get 1 rupee. For 1 rupee, in those days it was too much. Harkipuri I crossed Ganges. Of course I was later punished when I returned because I did this risky adventure without permission. But I did cross Ganges in Harkipuri. And as far as academics are concerned, I was good in academics. Though I passed out 6th out of 193 cadets because of English. My English was poor. All other subjects I topped. But English, so my merit order instead of first became 6th. So there I maintained in each exam 100% in mathematics. So those who are weak in mathematics, they used to come to me for help, and I used to help them. They all became friends to me. I became a part-time tutor in spare time. So Indian life on the whole was quite enjoyable. With friends who were nice to me, with academic teachers who were also nice to me. I was good in PT and drill, so instructors also liked me. So one funny thing happened in between. Our Sergeant Major was a Britisher, Armstrong. In those days, RSS was banned. Luckily, my report came late, as it happens, because they sent to Singh, which is Pakistan. From there came to Calcutta, then here. But 6, 7 cadets were withdrawn because their police report said they are RSS contact. So my report came, Armstrong was the Sergeant Major who opened, found they have said he joined RSS in 41. In 43, the year where Bajpai Advani joined, I did officers training course for 1 month in Benares, DAV college. So all these reports, I don't know how police connected this. They sent it. So Armstrong knew that cadets with RSS will be withdrawn, but he didn't like me to be withdrawn. So he said, meet me in my office in the afternoon. I went running, kya ho gaya? He gave me this. Like, ye aa gaya hai. So he'll be withdrawn tomorrow. I said, what can I do? Then he said, I can do one thing, lot of letters come, which is lost, which is where no one can trace. So you take it and burn it. But I didn't burn it, I still the letter. So I was not withdrawn because my report never came. So that was another interesting in NDA. And NDA life, though it is tough in a way, it is very regular, disciplined and adventurous. Lot of outings which I liked. In between, about 15 cadets tried to go on a trip, 1 month trip to Jain. I was also one of them. So there we visited all the 6 brigade headquarters at that time. And brigade headquarters gave us good accommodation, good food, and 1 month in J&K, like VIP, went round and not like a tourist. In short, 4 years in NDA, I enjoyed every day, and in between they used to give summer vacation and winter vacation. I used to go home. And home, my younger brothers, sisters, all eagerly looked for my coming. Because this 30 rupees I used to get, I was a conjuice. I used to save at least 20 rupees. My personal expenses like soap, toothpaste, this, that and all, and cinema, I used to see cinema, was never more than 10 rupees a month. So in 6 months I used to save about 120 rupees. When I came back home on holiday, my younger brothers and sisters were very happy. Hulda has come. Then there will be a lot of outing, there will be cinemas, there will be sweets eaten. So they used to think I am a very rich man. I used to give them trip in hotels. So like that, 4 years we were happy. After 2 years, my younger brother, M.K. Lahiri, who retired as Lieutenant General, he also joined. So only day we could go out was Sunday. So we used to meet on Sunday in Pune. Then in West End we used to see a cinema. After cinema we used to, because mess will be closed, so we used to go to Lilac Hotel, where initially we had to say, later on no saying. The moment we went, first 2 cups of coffee. Then 6 dozens of rasgullas. That was 2 brothers having dinner. Today also I take this sort of dinner, which is all others laugh. So we found 6 dozens of rasgullas, fills both the brothers. And at end, another cup of coffee. That was our dinner. Then we used to cycle back 10, 12 kilometers. At that time there was a cycle. So like that, after brothers coming, I had weekends also very happy time. We used to talk, give each other company whole Sunday. Then in 1952 December, I was commissioned in EME as a second lieutenant. Now funny, I hoped to become a doctor, was a medical student. Army made me an engineer. So there, for next 5 years, I was under training. First CME Pune for 3 years, then EME School Secunderabad to become a full-fledged MIE engineer. So, but I had very little time in EME. Only I did 2 years in Pathankot workshop. That was my entire EME career. And there I got married also in 57. But there was no married accommodation. So I built a hut with mud wall and tents on top and tents for washroom and all. Brought my wife. And in Pathankot in 1959 itself, my wife gifted me with 2 daughters. Many people started asking questions. You have done some mistake. I said, what is mistake? They have said both the daughters were married in 59. I said, this is my credit of my family planning. Was all born on January 4th. Another was born on 22nd December, both 1959. Which is unusual. You will not find two children unless twins. Twins are always born together. But 2 daughters being produced in January and December 59. So then I found a circular, volunteer for Chinese language, because already with China we were having border skirmishes. I applied and I was selected. I came to Delhi, did Chinese 2 years, and there Princess Park got accommodation also, which my family remained 14 years, Princess Park near India Gate. Then since I stood first in Chinese, I was sent for higher studies in Chinese to Hong Kong. There I took my wife also, and girls were left with my mother. And they are wonderful time. Used to go to university, read, lunch in university, come back in the evening, lot of social commitments, because I was sent as a diplomat, diplomatic passport. So there are 150 or 170 high commissions and ambassadors. Each had at least 1 or 2 parties in the evening, and I, being a diplomat, was always invited. So every evening there was a party, free of cost, free drinks, free food, everything, with all the respect. Whatever it is, anything that begins has to end. That course finished, there also I stood first, where there were English students, even Chinese students, I topped all. So when then I found coming by air, I went by air, but coming by air is no, you can't see anything except the sky. So I arranged with the shipping company that I will have a 30 days return journey, which will cover 10 ports in Japan, then Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Rangoon and all, then returned to Calcutta after 40 days ship journey with my wife. And ship journey was very enjoyable for two reasons. One, it has attached bathroom. So wherever the ship stopped in a port, we used it a hotel for night stay. Morning we used to take a taxi, go around to 300 kilometers, see the place, come back in the evening, have dinner. And from breakfast also we used to carry, so that used to be our lunch. But the moment I embarked in Calcutta, the embarkation officer came and he has already talked to the port commissioner. So people started shouting, "Who is Lahiri? Who is Lahiri? Who is?" I thought there is something wrong. They must have someone complained that I am a smuggler. Then embarkation officer came. He said, "You have to go to Delhi tomorrow morning itself because Chinese war started at that time." So I being Chinese proficient, so I stayed one day only at home. Next day went to Delhi, joined MI Directorate. So started as a would-be doctor, became an engineer, now I became a linguist. And stayed in Delhi 14 years. And my daughter started from almost KG in Delhi and finished MA and marriage. So that's how life started in the army. But army life for me was not army life. It was a more or less civilian paperwork on a table. So Chinese means language. Language means I have to translate in English and sometimes talk also. So I spent most of the time in Chinese. Then as I retired, DRDO gave me an offer. They made me a scientist. Think the joke of life. I became a scientist. And in between for Chinese, I was posted in military intelligence. So I became an intelligence officer also. So throughout my life there was no consistency. There is no continuity. I kept on changing. Opportunities came, I grabbed them. And 14 years in Delhi for an army officer. Once Parliament one MP asked questions. Army says army is very disciplined. But some officers are always in the field, separated from family. Some officers are enjoying life in Delhi, Bombay. Then Defence Minister replied that there are special reasons some people are here. Then MP asked, "Give me a list who are above 4 years." My name was on the top 12 years in Delhi. So another MP asked, "How is he here?" He said, "He can't be replaced." He says, "What do you mean, the whole Indian army, there is no Chinese knowing officer who can replace him?" Even me said, "No, I felt very flattered." So Chinese language came to my comfortable life in Delhi for 14 years.